Alright guys, today I want to show you another way you can power your quad while it's on the bench. You might want to do this for a few reasons. You might want to test the motor rotation directions, you might want to test your VTX, or you want to set the OSD elements, or sometimes you just want to flash the ESC. Okay, alright, so whatever your aim is, what you will usually do is you grab lipo, you plug it in. Okay, then you plug in your USB and you do your thing. Okay, this is not wrong, but what sometimes can happen is that you have your battery plugged in and maybe you took a break, you went off to get a cup of coffee or something like that, and the battery is still here being drained by your quad, and that could lead into some dangerous situations whereby you overdrain your battery, and that is not good for your battery. So what can we do about this? So one way you can do is you usually would have a battery charger. Okay, so with a battery charger, not only can this thing charge your battery, it can actually be a power supply to power your quad. Okay, all right, so let's do a little bit of test. Okay, let's plug this in. A good thing about the D1 is that it's a AC unit, so you can straight away power it from the wall. Okay, and let's see. In the menu, go to Task, and there's an option called DC Power. And with this, it turns the charger into a DC power supply. This should match the maximum voltage of your quad. Okay, for example, I have a 4S quads here, so this should be a lot lower. Say 17 volts. Okay, you can set it to a lower voltage, but never higher than the voltage that's rated for your. Okay, as for the current, if you're using this for your soldering iron, you might want to set this to higher current limit. But for quad, you will tend to want to set the limit to as low as you can get away with. Okay, so let's say just 1.2 amps. The reason for this is that if you power your quad with the power supply is going to limit the current that your quad can draw to this amount of current. So that means if you accidentally, there's a short, or you accidentally arm the quad and, blip full throttle, the quad will not be able to fly because it's not able to pull enough power to fly. Okay, I will demonstrate that in a little bit. Now we need something to connect the charger to the XT60 on your quad, and as you can see, both the XT60 on the quad and the charger is the same. They're all male connectors. Okay, so you need a way. You need to make a cable. I don't think they sell this kind of cable, but let me know in the description down below. But you have to get some cable, or you can make one that goes from male to male. Okay, my solution is this. This is just a cable from a unused USB cable. Okay, and I created essentially an extension, an XT60 extension. Okay, and if you notice, both of these are different connectors. They are still XT60, but one is a male, one is a female. Okay, that still doesn't fit. So what I have is this. Okay, this is just two female XT60 connected together by just some cable. Okay, and then I heat shrink everything together so that I don't accidentally touch anything. Okay, all right. So what I do is I connect this, and this goes here. All right. Then I connect this part to here. Okay. All right. And what I can do is I go to here and I press output on. So with this here, you can do whatever you need to do. Your motor rotation and whatnot. You can do what you need to do. Okay, one thing is, if you accidentally, I say accidentally because you should not do this, is if you have props on and you power on your quad on your bench, okay, this could potentially save you, because if you accidentally arm your quad, okay, and you blip the throttle, you can see if I throttle up to the max, it's not going to be able to go full power because it's being limited by the charger to 1.2 amps. 1.2 amps is not going to be able to fly the quad. So that's why your quad won't be able to fly. But again, you should not be doing this. You should take off the props. Be safe, guys. One thing I want to be clear is this method will not prevent damage if you have a short or you have the polarity reversed. Okay, because all this does is it limits the current that's going into your quad, nothing else. If you want a more robust way to prevent that sort of accidents, you can check out one of those smoke stopper stuff like the V-Fly something. Another advantage of this is that with this method, if you want to calibrate the voltage of the voltage detection for your in Betaflight, okay, usually with a battery, what you have to do is you plug it in, then you take your multimeter and measure across the battery terminal. But with this, you don't have to do that because you have a voltage reading ready over here. You can just calibrate the scaling in Betaflight to match this and you're good. So that'll be all for this video. I hope this is useful for some of you guys out there. Be safe and I'll see you in the next video.